Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, let's talk about the basic structure and anatomy of the human ear, excluding the details of the inner ear, which I'll be covering in the next video. So when we talk about ears, we know that these are two structures that are present on either side of our heads, and the inner ear especially is embedded in our temporal bone of the brain. And obviously, ear is essential for two basic functions, that is hearing and balance. Let's talk about ear and its structure. So, as we all know, ear can be divided into three main parts known as the external or outer ear, the middle ear, and the innermost inner ear. So, let's start with external ear. And as the name suggests, it's basically the part of the ear which is seen outside, extending up to the tympanic membrane or the eardrum. So, when we come to the parts of the outer ear, the most prominent one is our pinna, also known as auricle, or the auricular lobule. So this auricle is made up of many infoldings, and the deepest cavity is known as concha. So basic function of this auricle or pinna is collecting the sound from the surroundings and concentrating it into this ear canal, okay, which is also known as external auditory meatus. So the ear canal is the canal that extends from the pinna or the concha to the eardrum. So this ear canal is about 2.5 centimeters long in an average human, and it contains two kinds of glands. It contains sebaceous gland. It also contains a modified sweat gland known as ceruminous glands, which produce cerumen, also known as earwax, which you usually clean out. And finally, let's come to the tympanic membrane or the eardrum. It's a cartilaginous structure. This membrane is basically present to amplify the sound that is coming from the external surroundings. So that is the structure of the outer ear. Let's come to the middle ear. Before we move on, let's talk about what the outer ear is composed of. It is composed of elastic cartilage, and this elastic cartilage is covered by the skin. So when we're done with that, let's finally move on to the parts of the middle ear. It's the part of the ear that joins the inner and outer ear. So the first thing we have to learn about is the tympanic cavity. So you know that the middle and inner ear are embedded in the temporal bone. So there is this air-filled cavity in the temporal bone which is known as tympanic cavity. So basically all the structures excluding the bones present in the middle ear constitutes the tympanic cavity. So this tympanic cavity extends into another part known as eustachian tube. Now this eustachian tube is very important for maintenance of pressure, and let me tell you how. So this eustachian tube basically starts from the middle ear and goes to the nasopharynx. Nasopharynx is the region before the pharynx. So from the nostrils, the air moves into the nasopharynx. So the air from there and the air from the external side is basically present to maintain the pressure across this tympanic membrane. So since the pressure across this side of the tympanic membrane is the atmospheric pressure, and since the eustachian tube is connected to the nasopharynx, the pressure here is also the atmospheric pressure, and hence pressure is balanced. And that is the basic function of the eustachian tube. And another thing about eustachian tube is that since it's connected to the nasopharynx, any infection present there would definitely spread through to the middle ear, and there is a name for this known as otitis media. So yes, that is the eustachian tube and tympanic cavity. Let's move on to the most important part of the middle ear. Those are the ear ossicles. Ear ossicles, also known as the bones of the ear. So as we know that the ear contains one of the smallest bone in our body, which is known as stapes, right here. Let's talk about each of this bone. So connected to the tympanic membrane is malleus, which is hammer shaped. Okay, and from malleus it's connected to incus, which is anvil shaped, and the last one is stapes, which is stirrup shaped, this bone. So these are the three bones, and the stapes is the smallest bone of our body. So malleus, incus, stapes are present in order to amplify the sound. The sound has been received by pinna, it's gone to the membrane and has been amplified once. It's re-amplified with the help of these three bones, which pass on the sound from the outer ear to the inner ear. So this tympanic cavity basically has two openings known as oval window and round window, which actually come in part of the inner ear. So basically all you have to know for now is that this bone, the stapes bone, is attached to the oval window which enters the cochlea. Now let's come to the inner ear. I will be taking a detailed session about inner ear, its components and how sound is produced in the next class. But for now, let's just learn about the basic parts of the inner ear, that is cochlea and the semicircular canals. This is known as vestibular apparatus and it's very important for the maintenance of balance and posture of the body and for producing sound, which is majorly produced in the cochlea with the help of some pressure differences. So that is it for today's class, I think. And the next class I'll be talking in detail about the structure of the inner ear, about how sound is produced by the ear exactly. So thank you so much for watching.